Welcome to the Casper podcast, where we take a deep dive into blockchain technology and speak with those who are building the future of the decentralized web. I'm your host, Joe Benso, and on today's show, we're recapping our recent trip to Token2049 in Singapore. There we had a chance to catch up with Sander Gorsies. He's the founder of Hello Labs and the executive producer of Killer Whales. If you don't know, Killer Whales is basically Shark Tank for crypto. So let's listen in on that conversation. Sander, we're here in Singapore, Token2049. We were here last year at the Killer Whales launch party, but a lot has happened since then. Please bring us up to speed on what's happening with Killer Whales and Hello Labs.
Oh, wow. It has been a crazy year, many different views from that, right? The market went up and down. But we launched Killer Whales back in February and March. Had a lot of good feedback on it. Also a lot of learning feedback on that. But we were just very proud that we were able to push Killer Whales out, put it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, reached about 600 million people with that. If you look at what's happened between Hello, Killer Whales and 2023 and 2024, we've recorded a second season. Had a lot of focus on bringing better projects that show the width and the dynamics in the entire Web3 space. So that I always say, my dad, watching Killer Whales on Apple TV from his recliner at home, understands there are memes, there is DeFi, there are degens, there is NFTs. So we're trying to paint that entire picture. We had a lot of focus on that, making sure that the culture gets transmitted to the people at home watching it and potentially coming in. So we're trying to grow the space. So more projects, more prize money, better wheels, and even more entertainment. So we've worked hard with the entire team.
Tell us a little bit about season 2 and maybe give us some alpha on what projects we can look forward to seeing and what to expect.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we definitely had a look at, can we bring in some really cool meme coins? Maybe some meme coins on a kind of a new chain that has also its roots in a big exchange. We thought if you bring on some of the biggest memes, that will definitely appeal to people, right? So these guys are there and they're making an impact. There's also some fighting going on in the show. So some people might like it, but one of the key wheels is getting beaten up on the show. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that. And then for the rest, we have a good mix of beautiful AI projects that run backbone services, gamified projects. So there are, again, a lot of different appealing projects coming onto the show. And you guys will see it as we start dropping the trailers end of October.
So Sander, that's great. You're giving projects the airtime to get exposure for mainstream audiences. That's one of the reasons why Casper is a proud sponsor as a blockchain sponsor for the show. You have a lot of really great partners for the show. Casper obviously is a blockchain sponsor. Tell us a little bit about the benefits that projects coming on board can get just by pitching their projects for Killer Whales.
Yeah, that's a good question and also a very hard question. But I think Casper solves, to a large extent, some of these questions that we get around this space. So basically, if you look at the projects that are coming onto the show, it's a mix between very well-established projects all the way down to projects that still need to do the TGE. Even there are projects that don't even have a token. So in terms of crypto thinking, there is a very wide range of projects. So some of these projects, for example, they really require some advertising support. But most of the projects need technology. They need infrastructure. They need to have a well-doxed and well-based team to support them. And that's where I think Casper comes in. Casper supports the show with a granting system. So any project that comes onto the show, we make sure that they're aware of the fact that they can build on Casper, but there is also some possibility to participate and get in contact with you guys and then make sure that they actually start applying the technology that they need. So the support there is super important. It's one of the most overlooked things in this space, but we're very happy with Casper being on the show and providing that type of support.
Yeah, it's been great for us as well. We've been at a number of these conferences where projects have come up to us asking us how they can pitch for Killer Whales. And we actually did an on-site pitch at Paris Blockchain Week previously that turned out to be really successful in terms of just getting projects involved and exposure. And so we'll see if they make it on any of the seasons coming up, but it was great to see those pitches and the excitement around the show. So really great to see what you guys are building for entertainment and for mass adoption. Tell us a little bit about the judges that you have for season 2 and what we can expect.
Yeah. We wanted to go bigger, crazier, and even more wide spoken appeal, right? So we faced we looked at season 1 and we were like, well, can we improve? What can we do better, right? So and it came down to more legitimate people coming in from the space, but also a little bit more the DGen crowd, right? So what we've done is we had a good conversation with CoinMarketCap, and their CMO is now coming onto the show as well. It's the first time ever for CoinMarketCap to actually push a face to the front of the scene. So Jonathan is doing that, and he performed really well. And also, it's really funny to be around him because he's a good old English lad, so to say. So no, we're really good. And then we were very happy to get on board George from CryptosRUs, which is a well-known figure in the space, has a very OG crowd, but also a very strong opinion, and that's what the show needs. And then on a little bit more the DGen side, we had we were searching for a really good host of the show. We said, who can actually talk a little bit about what the show is actually about, and put it in context, etc. And we could only think of one guy, and we lucky enough we were able to sign him on, and that is Thread Guy. So Thread Guy is a born natural talent, very organic in the way he presents the show and the hosting he does, the voiceover and a little bit the explanatory part of the show. So you'll be seeing that in season 2. And then last but not least, Mika is coming onto the show, bringing that female power, bringing that DGen spirit, and also just having a lot of fun. And she knows how to act, so it's also a lot of entertainment is coming to the show with that. So we're very happy with these 4 guys and girls to come on. It widens the whale group to about 15 people, and that also allows us to rotate the whales based on the project so they can give the best feedback for the people at home.
Amazing. So Sander, a couple of questions here. How can people, if they have a project, get involved, pitch their project? What are you doing here in Singapore? And where can people see the show?
Yeah. So we are whale hunting, baby. So we are looking for the good whales. We're looking for the good projects. We're partnering up with a lot of different partners in the ecosystem, searching for more and more projects. So whenever a project comes on to me and I meet them here, for example, they also quite often ask, how can I get on the show? Well, the answer is very simple. Fill out the form on the website hello.one/killerwhales, and you can just apply, and we will look at the application and we will get contact with you. We do a couple of interviews and we have a look, are you a good match to be on the show? So, and the other thing is just go work for the Casper team. You guys are an official search partner, and whoever comes through you, we just prioritize them in the conversations that we're having. It's good to note that we have about 350 good projects applying to be on the show every year. It's not that there are like 20 projects that, we pick and choose from. In the end, we need to drill down back to like 50, and with those we do the interviews. So anybody that comes through Casper, for example, we at least know, okay, you guys spoke to them, you guys vetted them. So the quality is higher, and that's one of the biggest benefits you as a project you can get being referred by, right? So that's where Casper comes in.
That's amazing, and it works both ways. It's great to see projects that have the ambition to pitch on the show, and the support that they can get from your partners, from Casper. We're really looking forward to seeing the next wave of projects on season 2 and beyond that. So any last words on what you can expect for the rest of the year, or what you're excited about for next season?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the show. That is one. We're going to drop the trailer end of October, so that'll be like mind-blowing. At least I looked at the episodes and I was laughing. I was like rooting for the people. But on the Hello side, which is also important to our ecosystem, we introduced the slogan, Killer Whales is powered by Hello, $Hello, of course. And we're building a lot of solutions for the community there. So this is the first year that we're going to build upon the Killer Whales brand and really put it into the Web3 space, building token solutions, utilizing the token utility and also the entire network that we've built over the last year. So I'm very excited about that, and also looking forward to just drop the show, get people talking about, get people enthusiastic about Web3 in general, and we're going into a bull run, right? So this is the best way to promote ourselves and the best way to get new people into the space. So it's going to be an epic 60 months for sure.
Lots of buzz building around the project, and we couldn't be prouder to be sponsors of the show. And thanks, Sander, again for meeting us here in Singapore.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to the week, and we're looking forward to the season coming up.
Likewise, always a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to Sander for taking the time to catch up with us here on the Casper podcast. Next, we had the chance to sit down with Fred from D3. They've partnered with Casper to help tokenize the .cspr domain, and soon they'll be making those available to the Casper community. Hi, Fred. We're here at Token2049. Tell us about D3 and what you guys do.
The D3 is a domain name company. Our mission is to tokenize the world's domain names. So you think about them like .com. You know, everybody has visited Amazon.com or maybe has seen abc.xyz or numerous startups using these extensions in their browser. We're also working on the next generation of top-level domains. We call them, in short, TLDs, top-level domains, for major L1s, L2s, Web3 ecosystems. We launched recently communities like Near Protocol for .near, .ape for the ApeCoin DAO, and also a personal favorite of mine, .doge, you know, for the Doge IPO from the Doge IP owners.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, Fred. I mean, very familiar with the .ape ecosystem, and now .cspr. Tell us what you have in store for the Casper community.
Yeah, we're really excited about working with the Casper community. You'll be able to buy these Casper name tokens with the .cspr extension. We're going to be minting them on Casper as well. So think about them as a universal identity. So a name, like a domain name, that'll be able to work across Web3 and also Web2, right? There are other communities, which we also like, that are issuing kind of Web3 names, such as .eth by the ENS project. We're excited about Casper because it's going to work for 5 billion people, right? Not just sort of within the 1 million or so daily active users within Web3.
So when you say it's going to work for 5 billion people, what do you mean by that? What are the things that people can do with a .cspr domain, a .ape domain, that they can do on, you know, a traditional .com domain?
So one day, soon, near future, you know, Joe Benzo.Casper will be able to send money to Fred.ape and vice versa. A name is still the best universal method, in our opinion, to send money back and forth. Whether that's for walleting, or even for like personal identity outside of walleting. We've all sort of been there. We've seen like these long, complicated addresses. I think I read last year, we actually put out a research paper or reposted a news items that stated there was something like $32 million of lost assets last year in 2023, just simply by people messing up or having their wallet address spoofed. There's got to be an easier way to do it. And domain names have been around for decades, so there's no reason why you can't just sort of use that old plumbing in a universal way for this new world Web3 use case.
Can you tell us, like, where is D3 headed? I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of experience in domain name. You know, what are some things that you're working on for D3 moving forward with this new asset class?
Yeah, you know, check out our website. It's at d3.inc, letter D, number 3.inc. We've already onboarded 20 million real domains. Think about them like .coms, .net, .ais. I think that itself is more than 2 or 3 times the amount of like Web3 name systems, right? And those are real valuable assets. And we're going to be making a lot of network announcements coming up. As I said, our mission is really to tokenize and financialize the entire internet layer, which is something that's never been done before. So excited about being on the forefront of that with our partners, of course, like Casper, Ape, and many others.
Awesome, Fred. This is super exciting stuff. It's great to see you here in Singapore once again. We're at Token2049, and it's really, you know, super valuable to sit down and talk face-to-face about the details of what, you know, so many builders are doing in the space, and it's super exciting what D3 is doing. Casper is a very proud partner. We're looking forward to the Casper name service, and really looking forward to seeing what you're doing to expand the entire ecosystem, not only for Web 2, but also Web 3, and appreciate what you're doing for the communities in this space. Thanks a lot, Fred.
Thanks. Looking forward to it, too.
Well, that's all the time we have today for the Casper podcast. Thanks to Sander from Killer Whales and Fred from D3. In the meantime, keep building, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Casper podcast.